My grandfather used to tell me that his father, that is my great grandfather, married at the age of 15 in the year 1890. And when my great grandmother was only 12. This trend continued in the early and mid 20th century. My father married at the age of 18 and in the 1950s. And I married at the age of 25 in 1980s. But now the marriage age is 30 or above. A big debate has started. Join me as I dive into this debate and challenge myself to find out if getting married late in life is really worth it. Getting married later in life is a trend that has been on the rise recently, and for good reason. More and more people are putting off tying the knot until their 30s and beyond. It's not hard to see why. We live in a society with a lot of pressure to get married at a certain age. You know, the typical timeline: finish college, get a job, get married, have kids, and so on. See, generation Y and generation earlier generation Z, they used to think that by the time we are 60, our children should be around 30. They would have married. By the time we will have grandchildren and we'll have a fun. And people used to think that I will be out of all the burdens of life and I will have a peaceful old life. But now, if a person marries after 30 or 35, at the age of 60, his children will be still in college and he will have a problem, he will have a tension to get money for these children. What happens if you don't fit into the mold? You start to feel like you are behind, like you are missing out some milestone. But these expectations can really be damaging. They can make you feel like you are not good enough, like you are somewhere broken because you are not married by the time you are 25. And that's just not true. See, the truth is, everyone's journey is different. And what works for one person may not work for another person. No, you marry at the age of 25, 30, 35, or 40. It is your choice. But at the early stage, at the age of 25, there is a financial pressure. Let it be real. Weddings are expensive, very expensive these days. And if you are not financially stable, it can be really hard to take that next step. I have seen people spending millions of rupees on one day of marriage receptions, and many can't afford it. You might feel like you are not ready, like you need a few more years to get finances in order. But then you start to feel like you are getting too old, like you are running out of time. But getting married later can be a brilliant choice for your personal growth. When you are in your 20s, you are still figuring out who you are, what do you want to do with your life. See, this dilemma is there. In the year when you are in 20s, you only feel what is my life, what I am going to be. You are not sure. You are going to be in commerce, you are going to be in science, or you are going to be doctor or engineer or software engineer, or you are going to join the art, and you think you are making mistakes, learning from the mistakes and growing as a person. And if you get married too young, you might miss out on some of that growth. You might settle down too quickly and then wonder what should happen. No, on the other side, this is a debate. On the other side, marrying later can also mean that you are more financially stable. You have had time to establish your career, pay off your student loans, and build a life for yourself. That can be really attractive to someone who is looking for a partner who is secure and who got their life together. But there is also risk that you will be too set in your ways. You might be too used to living on your own, making your own decision, having your own space, and you don't want wife, you don't want husband. And that can make it hard to adjust a life with partner. You might struggle to compromise, to communicate effectively, and to build a life together. Further, my professors used to say in the late 90s that there would be population explosion, and we would have a population in which India could not have a space to live. But the same population has become India's strength. We have 65% young people to earn. But what will happen after 30 years? The same young people will become old, and there will not be any population rise, and there will not be much younger generation to work and earn. Now, when you talk about the work life balance at the workplace, you should also talk about the marriage and family planning as a work life balance at your home, at your family. Getting married later in life is your personal choice. This video does not put any emphasis that you should marry before 25 or after 25 or after 30s. It is not about conforming to the societal norms or meeting expectation. It is about making the right choice for yourself and your partner. So don't worry. If you are not married by the time you are 25, take your time, focus on the growth. When the time is ready, you will know it. However, this is an important topic for social scientists to research the pros and cons of late marriage on society, on economy, and family life. See, my video is for young people, educated people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your own experiences with getting married later in life in the comments below. If you are interested in learning more about relationship and personal growth, be sure to check out my video on building a strong foundation for social life. Thank you.